What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another deck profile here on TCG University for the card game UniVersus. My name's Tam, and today I'm going to be going over Tyler's The Dark One deck profile. If you like this deck profile, make sure you check it out, all the other ones here on the channel, TCG University at YouTube, or catch them all live at twitch.tv/TCG University every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So with that, let's jump into the deck. All right, so The Dark One. Let's talk about how Tam does deck profiles. If you like the way that I do deck profiles, it's because as opposed to just reading out the card verbatim, what I do is I give you more like an elevator pitch of how the deck wants to work. And so what is the elevator pitch for this Dark One deck? Basically, it wants to play Tengu Dive a bunch of times. Tengu Dive is an old card, and we'll get to the card text proper, but it wants to just abuse that card and clearing card pools and just trying to one-shot my opponent. And because of the readying ability that we have off of the Dark One, as well as a little bit of extra committing a free quote-unquote foundation and then readying it back up, and every time that we commit him, we both ping for one, and then I'm trying to hit you for a little more damage. Basically, this is like +1 damage on all your attacks, and then you get to just ready a free foundation. Really cool air deck, and so that's the symbol we're playing under. So the first attack that we're going to go through is Hellfire Impalement. This is the Dark One's pack that you can get out of the DLC. This card's just a consistency card. It doesn't actually combo with our deck, but it does what our deck wants to do, which is, oh no, I accidentally checked bad. Let me go ahead and toss all of these bad cards into my discard pile. I'll draw a bunch of bad cards, and then, or draw a bunch of really good cards, and then ready up my entire staging area. I don't necessarily care that I checked a 2 on this. I'm just going to ready those cards back up anyways. This card is very, very needed inside of any deck that wants to play the Dark One, just because of how he works. So really, really solid support for this character. Up next, we're playing 3 Combustion Orb. One of the coolest combos inside of this deck. It's response card pool, so while it exists in the card pool, commit my character. After my opponent plays a responsibility, cancel it. So the way the combo works is I'll attack with this, or even better, I'll block with this. Anytime they play a responsibility, I'll cancel it because of my character, respond on the Dark One, will both burn for 1, and then I'll remove a 2 check from my discard pile and ready back up my character. This card is still in my card pool, so when they respond again, I'll just commit again, respond, and then on the next attack I'll remove another one, ready and back up. So essentially on every attack I can just cancel response and burn us both for 1. Exactly what the Dark One wants to do with his 32 health. Up next, we're playing one of the coolest cards in the deck. We're playing one Yoga Inferno. This card says add the top card of your deck to your card pool face down. Cancel an ability. Only playable if you got 2 ranged attacks. So every attack in the deck, except for the Hellfire Impalement, is ranged. And so being able to just like block with this card and then block with another card. Hey, now I get to cancel every enhance that you do, as well as if Combustion Orb is in the card pool, I'll cancel the enhances and I'll cancel the responses. So this is kind of like a 1-2 punch when it comes to just the control that we have, but it's a 1 diff and a 2 diff on a 1 check and a 2 check on a 5 check, or 5 diff and a 7 diff. Playing this card is really hard, but if it works, you might just kill him. I actually want to leave this card on top because of the really cool stuff that we get to do. So the next ranged attack that we're playing is actually Withering Toxin. It is a ranged punch reversal, which is why the cool play of play Yoga Inferno, play Withering Toxin is so crazy. I will give it excuse me, I'll give it a bunch of speed, flip their stuff, and every time that they try to interact with me, since I have 2 range cards in the card pool, Yoga Inferno and Withering Toxin, I'm going to cancel other things. Really, really strong ability. Just tossing this card in your card pool on the block, as well as getting to play it as we block with our Tornado Hold. Tornado Hold's a really, really solid air card because after it says after it was played as a reversal, I get to ready up to 2 cards in my staging area, and that does include my character. Well, my character already res himself, but so already some other things instead. The best part about this card is after this card is checked to play a non-attack card, we will in order to play a foundation, excuse me, the check gets +2. So basically, it's a 3 check when we go to play a foundation. Now, I will say that this card does not work on block, even if you are blocking with a foundation, because it says as a foundation, not as a block. Not as a foundation card. If you need more information upon that, look for a video that we have here on the channel talking about blocking, or the difference between a foundation and a foundation card. I believe the best example I have is Most Trusted Assassin. It says your opponent's next attack card. Well, this does not say card, and so checking on a block does not work. But still, super hype. Block with Inferno, reversal, Tornado Hold, cancel everything you do for the rest of the turn. Solid stuff. And now the main combo of the deck, we're playing 4 Tengu Dive. This card says that it has to combo with a ranged attack. Draw 3 cards, essentially, because as long as we have a 1 check in our discard pile, we'll draw that many cards. And then after it deals damage, it'll leave. So the cool play is we take and we have a range attack. I'll play my Tengu Dive. I'll draw my 3 cards, hopefully drawing into another Tengu Dive. It hits. It'll go underneath my character as momentum. And then let's play another Tengu Dive on a 5. Oh, I checked a 4. I'll commit the dark one. I'll remove this thing and ready the dark one. And then it hits. I'll draw another 3 cards. I'll draw another 3 cards. I'll draw another 3 cards. And the goal is how many Tengu Dives can we play in 1 turn, which is why this deck is as thin as it is. The thing is, it does have to combo with a ranged attack in order to make the draw happen, and the draw is the important part. So that's why we're playing so many bad check ranged cards. And then my last attack in the deck is 1 Fatality. And the reason we're playing 1 Fatality is because the other thing about this deck is it is not just a hit you Tengu Dive deck. We got to do something with that momentum. And so the big thing that we need to do with that free Fatality momentum, or the Tengu Dive momentum, is we're playing Covert Intent. So Covert Intent's really cool in this deck because of the fact that we're playing Hellfire Impalement gets to re-ready, and Hellfire Impalement gets to draw the extra card off of the Covert Intent whenever it gets discarded into the discard pile. We would be playing more if other decks in this tournament were not playing the Covert Intents as well, and we had to share cards. This would probably be a 4 of. Yes, it's worth the extra 1 check in our deck just to draw the extra card off Hellfire, and because of us playing Tengu Dive as well as the Fatality, us getting a momentum is not that hard. Also, the last cool, I'll say it, meme thing about this card is, let's say that we do happen to hit the Yoga Inferno Withering Toxin combo, right? We block, we've got our momentum, and then I'm going to take it, I'm just going to keep stuffing cards into my card pool, canceling all of their stuff. We were just canceling away, and then at the very end of it, after my Withering Toxin goes off, I'll play the Covert Intent, discarding my momentum. Covert doesn't count towards progressive. I'll clear my entire card pool, drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, all because I canceled your stuff. Hey, I drew 8 cards. Rad. I hope that some of them are going to be attacks. So just really, really interesting plays that we can do. I think Covert Intent really turbos up the dark one. So before we get on to the assets, I actually do want to just include, because it just matters here. We're playing 4 Transform Prince as well. It's 100% in here just to trigger off of Hellfire Impalement and just have 4 more draw 1 cards, as well as being a 0-2. Really, really important, having good low difficulty cards inside of our deck. Onto the assets. We're playing 1 Flambear plus 1/1 speed. That's a really good staple. It's a 0-5, which means it's a guaranteed thing on your board whenever we're having a build on the 1 chain. Just an extra card out of my hand that I know that I get to play. And then lastly, 1 Nirvana and Erendite. I guess opposite, whatever. It just readies a foundation, which is really good in our deck with us playing a bunch of bad checks, and cancels one of my opponent's keywords. So maybe they're trying to kill me with powerful. Please stop it. This deck does not have a ton of defense. On to the foundations, we already talked about the Transformed Prince, but that's not really a foundation in our deck. It just says, please mill me and draw, or maybe hit a bunch of damage. So I want to talk about my consistency cards. We're playing 1 Bird of Prey. This card says, first form, draw a card, and then discard a card. But if I've got a 1 check in my discard pile, I just get to draw a card. So first form, for free, I'm a 7-hander, which is really strong in a deck that just wants to play as many attacks as possible on the turn. That said, it is a 3 diff, so make sure you don't play it on turn 1. You got to build safe first. We're playing 3 Extended Lifespan. This is really good on defense, as well as it's surprisingly good whenever I play Covert Intent. I play the Covert Intent, and I make them draw a couple cards because they've blocked. Well, now I'm going to draw off the Covert and the Extended Lifespan. Real cool stuff. Up to more consistency, I guess the Ready Squad. We're playing 1 Tijuana Groceries, remove 2 Foundations, ready it back up. Play ball committed. It says that, let's say I check a 3, I guess, are we not running any 3s? We're not running any 3s. No, we're running 1 and 3. We checked the 1 Fatality. How unlucky. And I need to commit my 2 cards. I'll commit Tijuana Groceries and the dark one, remove 2 Foundations, remove a 2 check. I didn't check that 3. A little safety net, if you would. We're playing 1 Wandering Pirate for the same reason. After it gets committed, I ready something else that's not it. And then at the start of my opponent's turn, I get to ready it back up and then ready another thing. This cool ability is playable twice per turn. Playing for Hell's Reach for more consistency. The point of this card is, once again, I checked bad. It gets to, it's committed. It will flip and ready and put itself back to where it's supposed to be. We're playing a double Proud Nose. I'm playing a ton of one checks in this deck. We should probably actually even toss this up to a 4 of. It just says response destroyed, discard a momentum. After you check a 1, recheck. It might not save your life. And fun fact about rechecks, you're only allowed to have 1 recheck per card that you play. So when I play this card on a 5 and I Proud Nose because I checked the 1, I can't Proud Nose a second time on the same card, but I can inside the same turn. Moving on into some of the main kill you card. We're playing 1 Finding What's Lost. This card says, if I touch you, I kill you. If I get a covert intent off, you're dead. Or every time that a Tengu Dive leaves is +1 damage on the next one. So maybe you don't block this Tengu Dive so that you can block the later ones. Oh, you can't block the later ones? Oh, well, I guess you died. This card's incredibly strong. The fact that it's twice per turn, one damage for every Tengu Dive that I've successfully hit you with, it's just super good stuff. Oh, next, on to the defense of the deck. We're playing 2 Second Saintly Beast. I put this here first because it's +2 or -2 speed, and that is important. The Deadlock never matters. We'll either die or kill them first. But discard the top 3 for +2 or -2 is just good enough. We're playing 4 Conquest of Terror, flip -2 speed. Once again, if my opponent's at Desperation, this can push a little speed through, but just flipping it for the -speed to make sure I don't die and I get a turn is way more important. We're playing double Shaolin Fighter. This card just says Desperation Enhanced, discard momentum, -4 damage, playable all committed. So I can commit out and hit you with 3 or 4 things, maybe put you at 2 when you try to make that backswing. Well, this is now just a -4 up to -8 damage on everything. And I'm not really using my momentum for anything else except for the covert intents. So why not just use it to save my life? We're playing 4 Cage Fighter. This card is just a please don't kill me card. My opponent checks poorly on an attack, or I want to make them overcommit so maybe they can't play cards later. This just says response flip -1 to their check for a non-attack card, non-foundation card. So that includes assets or actions. And it's just like, hey, you checked a 3, I'll flip both these. You actually checked a 1. Welcome to my world. Do you want to pass that? No. Okay, cool. That's an entire attack that I don't have to deal with. And then my last card is 4 Aegis in the Wise. It's really good spam. It's a 1/5. It covers my low zone. And it says that my foundations can't get destroyed. One of the easiest ways to beat a bad deck is to hack its checks more and starve its foundations. So Aegis and Wise says I get to keep those foundations because like the main point of my deck is to re-ready them all back up with Hellfire Impalement and then keep playing the same card on a 5. If I check poor at all and I don't have the foundation base to cover me, then I just lose the game. So Aegis and Wise gets to protect that important card in any one check deck. All right, so big shout out to Tyler for giving us this The Dark One deck for the Heaven and Hell Campus Championship. You can find all those matches out on YouTube. It'll be in its own playlist, as well as the other deck profiles. They'll be in their own playlist, also marked Heaven to Hell. So if you want to watch live, go out to twitch.tv/TCG University. Follow out there, and you'll be notified every Tuesday at 6 o'clock whenever we go live, as well as the other cool, awesome stuff that we do on Twitch. And lastly, if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/TCG University. At the $1 level, get access to our Discord, and we can chit-chat about the Dark One all day long. So, from all of us here at TCGU, thank you very much for watching, and stay learned.